Hello everybody, this is Toy Zaros, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Newage Legendary Heroes. This is 15L Acidrain Engineer Furfur, which I'm sure you can tell is a version of Acid Storm. Now, very quickly, for those of you who don't know, Legendary Heroes are made by Newage, which is a company that isn't licensed by Hasbro or Takara, so they can't use the official names. However, for the video, I am of course going to be calling him Acid Storm. So what we're going to do with the video, we're going to have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. Oh, there's a bad glare there, apologies. And believe you me, with these figures, there is an absolute abundance of them. We're going to see how he compares to some deluxe figures of him. We're going to see how he looks and compares to the original G1 mold of him, and we can also see how he looks and displays with some of the other Newage and indeed third-party figures that are out there at the moment as well. So as you can see, quite a bit to get through with this video. So as I start to pop these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if I'd hit that subscribe button for me now please, and also to thank Show's eStore, because that's where this came from. As you can see, they got it to me nice, quickly and safely, and I'll be leaving a direct link in the description if you want to get one for yourself. So let's have a quick look at the packaging, and as I've said, you can clearly tell now, especially with the packaging, I'm not going to say homage because it's not the correct word, it's a copy of some Generation 1 sort of packaging figures. They've even got the sunburst behind it. It does come in the plastic bubbles, which I'm going to show you in a second. Like I said, it comes with so many accessories, it's crazy. We've got both modes, and we've got the alternate mode there you're going to see in a second. So I think the main reason why they're not allowed to call them by their correct names is because they do transform. So all of the third-party companies like YOLO Park, 30, etc., if you think, none of them actually transform. So that could be one of the main reasons why they're not licensed. So as I said, absolute abundance of accessories. So we've got two sets of hands, we've got open and pointing fingers, we've got the, for Starscream they're called null rays, but I'm just going to call them blasters. For Acid Storm, I'm going to attach them in a second. We've got blast effects as well. We've got this amazing stand which doubles up as a space bridge. I'm going to show you how that works as well. And then there's also even another little bag of accessories, which is basically a Megatron gun, the missiles when he's in the alternate mode, and indeed a different head. So we'll have a look at them as well. So that's got them ready, and this amazing space bridge also doubles up as a stand for when he's in the alternate mode. So we've got all of these accessories here and this stand, but what I want to very quickly show you, and again, this is something that is genius, and of course it really does encourage you to buy more of these. So this is for another one of the Newage Seekers. What you would do is you'd piece these together like so. You would clip them together using these, so these come out. You can see, I wonder if you can see there's some little indentations where you would pop this in, and then of course you would do exactly the same to the one next to it. And of course, if you brought enough Seekers, and I say enough Seekers, there is more than enough. Newage are exactly the same as Hasbro and Takara, and what I mean by that is you get, in fact you probably get more. They're probably more guilty of using the same mold over and over again, because not only do you get like the Rainmakers, the Welcoming Committee, etc., there's at least 4 or 5 sometimes versions of the same figure. So they'll do battle damaged version, comic book version, cartoon version, etc. So you can build this space bridge up really quite easily, and I just think, to be honest, that's a lovely little bonus if you are going to be buying so many, which, let's be honest, most of us, most people who collect Seekers do. And I suppose the proof of that is exactly in the troop builder pack that they literally just released. It was just a completely blank Seeker, it didn't even have a name, and it's selling really well. Right, let's have a look at him himself. So he's even got some closed fists as well. Articulation on these guys are ridiculously good, and that is why they are dubbed as mini masterpieces. So the head sculpt, as you can see, is lovely. You can definitely tell, of course, it's a Seeker. It will rotate all the way around. It's just me with my stubby fingers trying to get around there. There you go, it spins around. It will look up and down as well, ever so slightly, because as far as I'm aware, it's on a mushroom peg. I've typically gone and got it stuck now, haven't I? Yeah, just about. Let's see if I can spin this. There we go, spin it back around. These shoulders, again, you can see are on ball and sockets. That means they'll go all the way up. They will come as far forward and as far back as you can before they get restricted by the wings. You can disconnect the wings at the back if you want to tilt them sort of out of the way, but you're still going to catch them. There is a waist swivel, but again, it's a little bit restricted. The hips are ball and sockets. The knees have got a hinge, and these, believe it or not, these are die cast. So the feet, hopefully you can tell that there, these are really heavy metal. And indeed, there is still a tilt, a rock, and a swivel via that hinge just there as well. So as I've said, fully articulate, really nice, highly detailed. I'm going to, as I say, have a look at some of the accessories attached to him in the robot mode. Now when he comes packaged, he does come packaged in his alternate mode, in his seeker mode, but I just thought for a change I would do this video exactly that, to be fair, in with him starting off in this particular mode. So here is, of course, I suppose, the Megatron gun, which is a slightly different colour. If I just separate these here, I'm not going to disconnect any of the hands, because to be honest, I don't think you want to see me spend ages taking and swapping out the hands. I'm sure you can guess what they're going to look like. What I will show you though is these do just pop off like that. So you've obviously got a wrist swivel as well, so you can change the hands like that as well. Okay, let's put the blasters on the side. I always forget the correct name of these. I know that I think null rays is that the one that's, I suppose, only replied to Starscream, but there we go. Let's pop them on there. That makes him look so much better. The transformation process, by the way, is also separately uploaded because it takes quite a long time. I mean, you can probably make out that there's loads of things all folded into there, and because it takes so long, I want to keep the length of the video down. It is really intricate, but hopefully you find the tutorial I've uploaded interesting as well. Right, I'm pretty sure, let's have a quick look at these. Can I attach these to there? Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. So we can pop these on, so there's some sort of blast effects as well. And again, I'm not going to go through every single one of these because it'll just take way too long. You can see there they've got the thrusters or the boosters on the back. I'll show you one of them. In fact, I'll wait until we're in the alternate mode just so you can see that. Right, here is another Newage Seeker, and this is their take on Hotlink. So you can see how, I suppose, they look together. And funnily enough, this is a Newage David, as he's called. No, he's not called David. Yes, he's David, which is their take on Optimus Prime. Now, I'm just going to do some third party first and foremost, and don't worry if this means absolutely nothing to you, because I'm going to bring in some mainline figures in a second. That is Trailbreaker from Magic Square. This is Sheen, which is basically Mirage from Iron Factory. And then, funnily enough, I've got another little Newage figure here. I've got a little Power Glide, and I've got a Doctor Wu figure, which is completely different scale, but that's just for people who collect third party. So if you collect mainline figures, which is what I mainly do, this is to give you an idea, as I say, of the size of them. So you've seen how articulate and how detailed they are. That is a core class Optimus Prime, which is not far off the same size. This is a deluxe strong arm, which, as you can see, is now much bigger, which is crazy. It's only when you bring figures like this out that you appreciate, as I say, how small they are. There's Voyager class Bludgeon. I would bring out a leader class. Oh, well, I will do, but you're not going to be able to see his head because he's not going to fit in on screen, is he? Maybe not, but that gives you a full idea of how small these are. So we're talking up to the waist of a leader class size figure. He's going to fall over. You're probably going to hear it. There you go. You're going to hear that in the background. Right, so let's move these out of the way, and then, funnily enough, just because I've got these here as well, so here's some G1 figures. There's the G1 Bumblebee. Here's a G1 Optimus Prime. And then here is a Thundercracker mold, because obviously there was never a Generation 1 version of Acid Storm. Apologies for the glare right there. And finally, let's bring in a old Classics universe, so another Generations a Chug version of him. And I think this is all I'm going to be showing you with regards to robot mode. Let's come back and have a look at him in his alternate mode. Okay, then we're back, and as you can see, I've got him in the alternate mode and I've got him on the stand. So we're going to have a quick look at that in a second. I want to quickly first and foremost apologize for no transformation process on this video. Main reason is exactly this. It is really detailed and really intricate. That's how many steps there are. The instructions aren't the greatest, so what I've done is I've uploaded a tutorial video so you can have a nose at that. Right, so this is the beauty again of these figures, all of the accessories, all of the abundance of things that come with it. So this was the stand that was inside the space bridge part. You can angle this so many different ways. You can twist it up. If you may remember from the first part, here is the instructions for the space bridge, and you can see there you can attach these coming around the side. There's loads of different ways that you can attach this. To be honest, you can lift it up, you can angle it, you can nosedive it down. It can be on this particular one. There's just so many different things and ways that you can see this is fully flexible both there as well. It attaches via that port that is there on the underside. Oh, and then wings weren't folded out, my apologies for that. And there's also as well another 2 attachments. So there's an extender bit there, and then you've got like a claw bit as well there, which to be honest I probably should have showed you in robot mode, because you can grip around him in robot mode and again have him in, I suppose, an action style pose or stance. Right, so I've already put the boosters in as well. So these were the ones that came with this. These can go very simply like that into the back of the die cast of the rocket parts. And then you've got a choice. You've obviously got the large blasters if you wanted to. These can fit underneath the wings. These don't look too bad, to be fair. These look all right with his colour. With some colour schemes, it doesn't work. I think with Hotlink, funnily enough, it doesn't really work. That's probably because his are bright white. Right, I've also got the boosters there for him. We'll have a look at in a second. With regards to a comparison with Hotlink, there he is. So exactly the same size, but I've put the little missiles on him to give you an idea. I'm going to do exactly the same now with Acid Storm. As I said, if you wanted to change the head, it is just a ball and socket on there like so. Right, let's pop these off, put the little missiles on. You could also, I'll put these here, although I'm not too sure how it's going to look. I'll probably end up taking them off. Just pop them on there for now, just to give you an idea of how many things we can attach. So it doesn't look too bad with Acid Storm because of his color scheme. It doesn't, as I say, it works pretty well. You can then, if you want to, attach these at the front as well. So you've got blast effects and you've got boost effects. So perhaps that's a little bit of overkill, to be fair. I'm going to take them off for now, just keep them out of the way. And in fact, I'm going to take these off. Let's do a couple of other quick, I suppose, figure comparisons. There's Newage's Viper, so he's nice and small. What we've got here is Deluxe Drag Strip, which is a pretty long deluxe figure. So you can see the alternate mode is bigger than the robot mode. I've got JP12, another deluxe figure. And I've got what isn't called Hotlink, but it is the Seeker from the Troop Builder pack, and that gives you an idea of, I suppose, how small these are compared to what is classed as the Voyager class Seekers, which we get at mainline retail at the moment. Right, quick look at the actual figure. The cockpit looks lovely. It is a bit of translucent and painted plastic all in one, I think. Nice bit of silver touch there, lovely bit of grid pattern there. There is landing gear. What you can do is fold this out there like so, and then there's some other landing gear just hidden slightly away underneath the toe right there, which folds out as well. And oh, let me line everything back up. And as I said, I think that's pretty much all there is to show you without going over the same things, which I try to keep these videos as different as possible, because they are just the same molds, just with the same accessories, all in different colors. So anyway, this was the video on Acid Storm, or should we say Legendary Heroes 15L Acidrain Engineer Furfur. There's going to be a direct link for him in the description. Let me know what you think of him in the comments, guys, and of course, take care.